Good afternoon. My name is Jan Reitspies, and I work for GC System. First, I would like to thank Shimon Kudaba and the entire IQRF Alliance for allowing us to be here. Like he said, we are a very green and very new member of the Alliance. That's why I would like to talk first about what we do and introduce GC System, give some company overview. Then I would like to say what we do and then mention some current projects we work on. We have our own facility management solution. We are working on a railway cards tracking study, and we have some solution for ice hockey players. So first, something about GC System. We have been active on the market since 1990, and we have branch offices in Brno, Prague, Ostrava, and Bratislava. We are concentrating mostly on the Czech market. It's not to say that we didn't have any projects abroad, but I think the Czech market is interesting, and there are many business opportunities here, and we want to build new projects and new pilot runs. We are a medium-sized company, nothing like the guys before me said, so we have only 70 employees, and we are the biggest IBM business partner in the Czech Republic. We are IBM Platinum Partner and Partner of the Year of 2017. Well, that's corporate strategy. It's something everybody does, and so I'm going to move on. This pretty flower here is something what we do. In green, you can see what we concentrate on and what we started with. It's providing hardware infrastructure, mostly from IBM, but we have other partners as well, Fujitsu, Siemens, Dell. And also we provide OS and infrastructure services. Something we started about 10 years ago is the enterprise applications, and we are building our own solutions on enterprise applications like IBM Maximo Asset Management and so on. The platform integration is here because we try to provide customers the solutions or ways to move from their local hardware infrastructure to clouds. And in yellow here or orange or whatever color it is, you can see what we would like to build next. We would like to have our own GC cloud for customers that don't want to move up to the big guys. They just want to have something small. So we want to build our own hardware infrastructure and provide it as a platform as a service or infrastructure as a service. And then we want to build our own cloud applications and services based on that. So that's something we want to do. In red, there's something we do not want to do because we really feel like we should rely on partners in this. So the IoT infrastructure and services, the end devices, that's something we really need partners for. Up to the gateways, we really don't want to do that. Okay, for the real projects, the first one of them is the facility management solution. That's something we have implemented for the government sector, and currently we have about 4,000 buildings in there. 2,000 are administration buildings. And it's based on IBM Maximo product, as I mentioned earlier, and it has many features. I'm not going to talk about them all here. On the next slide, you can see what it consists of. It's got some facility management core. We need data about building infrastructure, the structure, floor space, plans, accounting data, contracts, especially lease contracts and the services contracts, SLAs, something that helps us to estimate the cost of the building and the maintenance. The other thing we really think is important, especially in the Czech market, is to validate the information we have in the system. That's why we have connected to the registries for contact verification, address verification, property information, or owner information. These are the local Czech registries that we are using. Some of them are maintained by, all of them are maintained by the government. Well, what we want to do now is, I named this slide Our Road to IoT, because we have our own facility management solution. We have the core, but we would like to expand it, and we cannot do it without the data. So far, we have contracts, we have some economic data in there, we have maintenance plans, work orders. We can do some preventive maintenance, and we can create maintenance plans. But what is really important is that we get some data. And like I mentioned, we have structural data about buildings, but of the 2,000, only about 1/3 is broken down to floors and spaces. And that's why I think we are really in the Czech Republic falling behind, because we would like to import data into the system automatically from some BIM model that's created by the architects in the beginning. So we are ready if we get some BIM model in a copy format, for example. We can import it into the system, and this way we can have data that's descriptive in there, but also we can use the external viewers to view the 3D models and click on the asset in the 3D model and actually do and plan some maintenance in our facility management solution. Other data we need, assets. Definitely. Currently, we are just putting it in there manually. The customer has to put in assets, and there are thousands of them. Equipment, the same thing. So this is really an issue, like the structural data. If the customer has to enter it manually, it's really a big. They just step on the brakes, when they say we won't do it. That's why we need some standards to import the data into the system. Some legislature changes also, because countries like Germany or Great Britain, they already have it in the legislature. So when they draw data and they create plans, they already do it in the BIM format. And last but not least, the guys from IBM already mentioned it, some intelligent facility management. That means some predictive maintenance. And for that, we need the IoT side, we need the sensor data, we need the run hours of an elevator, things like that, that we can actually get the data from the sensors, from the end devices, and do some predictive maintenance there based on the analysis, for example, from the Watson or IoT cloud. So other thing that concerns us is the space monitoring, how the offices are used, and do some advanced analytics on top of that. Well, the second project I would like to mention is the railway card tracking. We are currently working on a study for one of our customers. We are considering the options like RFID, optical tracking, some GPS positioning, or IQRF as well. These are the options that we are considering. I don't know what we are going to recommend yet, because the input and the requirements change a lot. So this is something I would like to mention is the IQRF, because we are on IQRF Alliance now. This is something we would like to not just mention in the study, but also create an actual pilot run on that, and hopefully with cooperation with Shimon and the entire IQRF Alliance, we might be able to do that. The idea is just to know the position of every cart on the rail, and the idea is that the locomotive is going to have some GSM or LoRa and IQRF modules that will actually know the position from the GPS. We are going to have to use some provider to give us differential GNS data, so we know precise position of the locomotive, and then using IQRF know which wagons or which carts are connected to the locomotive, and know where they are precisely on the rail. And something in the end that's just a demo we have right now for one of our customers, and it's isoKey player tracking. They want to use dynamic player performance tracking. We have something that we are monitoring right now. Like you can see, everything is location based. So we are looking for partners also that could help us, with, for example, the shot speeds or health monitoring, player monitoring. We can. That's something we can do with our partners and introduce it to the customer, and maybe have some business from that also. So it was really short. At the end, I would like to mention some contacts. Here is the sales representative, Zbigniew Smetana. You can contact him if you have some ideas for cooperation from the business side. I'm a project manager and also business development manager for GC Systems, so you can contact me if you have any questions about real-time projects. So I would like to thank you, and just hopefully I meet you in the lobby somewhere, or we can meet and cooperate, because I think the Czech market is ready for us, and it's us all. Thank you.